What is happening, guys? Martin is back again. Thank you for all the comments and subscriptions. Shout out to those that are giving me feedback on some of the videos. Thank you very much for that. Quick point for you guys, quick review. So the last video I put out was about Creed Aventus and asking whether that was still relevant anymore with today's flankers. And as you can see here, guys, you've got literally 4 different variations, 4 effectively clones to some extent of the Creed DNA, but they've all got their own unique points about them. So this is the most recent release, guys, furthest to the left, from Zara for Vibrant Leather. Then we had the previous release of the same Vibrant Leather. This was the original version that came out. Then we also had this Pour Homme number 4, which was effectively it says Eau de Parfum, and this came out before the final one came out here on the far left. Also, guys, for those that know about the Club de Nuit Intense Man, so all of these different versions now have their own uniqueness about them, guys, and I'm going to quickly break this down for those that don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start with Club de Nuit, going from the right. Now, the opening in this one, in my opinion, is a lot more smokier. This one's a lot heavier. You're definitely getting the Creed DNA, but to be honest, it's not as fruity. It's a very heavy on the birch. Even if you imagine type of sandalwood to some extent in there. I don't really get necessarily a strong smell of pineapple from this one because, as I say, it's not that fruity. This one will project, guys. You do not need a lot on this one. I can't say necessarily I've actually had any type of compliments on this one alone. The cost of this one I bought, it might have been around about £40, but that's a while ago. This bottle's lasted me for a very long time. So just focusing on this bottle, you can see you've got the Armaf, which is the company, Club de Nuit Man Intense. You've got your information down there just on the bottom. And again, this is not a bad fragrance, guys, but you have to have the tolerance for that type of smoky birch, as I say, even borderline sandalwood sort of smell. It's still a clone to Creed, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I think this one's quite unique. You do not need a lot of sprays on this one, maybe 4 to 5 if that, and you will get longevity. This one I think is value for money. Let me just spray this one again. This one is value for money. As I say, it's lasted me a very long time, very long time. But it's not necessarily one of my fragrances because it's a bit heavy, guys. So if you were to wear this one, just be mindful that you could be borderline offensive. The birch is quite strong, it's quite smoky. You may find that this is definitely not one for the office. This might be one really where, again, in the evenings, in the winter, in the autumn, you get that one. 40, 50 pounds. I'm not sure how much it is now, guys, but let me know. Consider it. But to be honest, that's not necessarily my favorite one. Moving along the line now to Zara Pour Homme number 4. Now this one's not actually wasn't officially released as far as I was aware, but it was definitely on the shelves. But there was no reviews that I came across of this particular one on YouTube. Now this one, for instance, is slightly more I'd say palatable than the Club de Nuit. I'm going to spray this one again. This one's more closer to skin. It says it's an eau de parfum. You can see how much juice I've got left in there. So I've used this one before. Just spraying this one now, guys. So this one to me is not as fruity. It's slightly more sweeter than Club de Nuit. You're getting the birch, but you're getting slightly more of a lemon and sort of pineapple note. And I think maybe it's got, as I say, like a cedar, slight sandalwood in the base, but to me this one is not a bad one. The projection on this one's not as strong as Club de Nuit, and projection on this one is probably, you will get a scent bubble. Duration for this one's probably about 3 hours because it's closer to skin. And to me, to be honest, guys, this is slightly more inoffensive. I'd say you will get noticed by it, but it's not as strong, it's not as in your face, it's not as bold as Club de Nuit. You probably would need to apply this one, guys, and you probably have to take this one with you depending on where you go, or get a decant for yourself. Yeah, just smelling between the two. This is definitely a lot more smokier. This one's slightly more fruity, but this one's not as strong, slightly less inoffensive on this one. Now, here we go. So guys, just moving those two out the way. These two, in my opinion, have been reformulated. This was the original version that came out, Zara Vibrant Leather, and then the new version came out for this one. Now this original one, guys, was the 100ml, and I believe at the time it was about £17.99 or whatever it may have been. can't remember fully now. And this is the current version for 120 ml. Now, for me, guys, this one, I'm gonna be honest, it smells like cat piss to me, and the reason being because I don't know what the note is in it, but to me it smells like urine. There's versions of or clones of Aventus which is very strong on the lemon, is very strong on the birch, and to me this one is very sort of to the point that it becomes sickly. I personally don't wear this one anymore. I've got it now more just for sentimental value, really, because of the bottle. I keep it just for reference, but rarely will I ever put this one on, guys. I'll keep it for now, but to be honest, it's not one that I will be putting really on my skin as it stands right now. Now, don't get me wrong, some people enjoy this one. Some people are still looking for this on eBay. It's hard to find. Zara won't necessarily release it. But what they've definitely done is focus more on a fruity note and a fruity vibe with the current Vibrant Leather. So the current Vibrant Leather, I'm going to spray it to again. The current Vibrant Leather opens with a lot more lemon and opens with a lot more, as I say, of that smelling of pineapple, so to speak. It's not as strong in the birch. There is no real leather note that I'm scenting within this, guys, but that's for me. This one on the right now, yeah, a lot stronger on the lemon, a lot stronger on the birch note for me. And again, I think the lemon's a lot more prominent in this one than it is in this one, guys. This one's slightly more fruitier on the fruitier side, and this one's slightly more, not darker necessarily, but there's a slight more of this lemon vibe, which to me just makes it smell like urine to some extent. It's quite strong and sharp in comparison. What I think Zara have done is they've redefined it a little bit more with this one. This one for longevity isn't as strong as the original version, but again, the opening on this one, in my opinion, is a lot more palatable than this one. Now, the dry down for the two of them, to be honest, guys, I say the dry down to some extent is quite similar. They've not changed it that much. I think what's happened is they've reduced the amount of, I say maybe the birch and the lemon for the new version than they have done for the previous version. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to this stuff, guys. I'm only telling you the honest opinion that I have. And in all honesty, guys, out of the two, I'm happy to say that they've improved it, in my opinion. Some people still say that this is the best version and they're looking for this, as I say. But for me, guys, it's just not the one. Now, of all three of them, my honest opinion, out of all three versions here, again, for the top three out of the two, I'm going to remove the original Zara. I'm going to stay with this. Top two, I'm going to say between these guys, and again, this is just my opinion, entitled to your own, I'm going to remove Club de Nuit. And I'm saying it's going to be between these two. Now, between these two guys, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I still prefer Pour Homme, for the reason being that, yes, you'll have to reapply, but at the same time, it's a lot more subtle, it's a lot more suave. I can get away with this in different scenarios. How it goes in by way of the compliments, I do not know. Bottle wise, I mean, this was 100 ml and this was about $10.99 or $9.99, whatever it been. This is 120 ml and this is going in at $17.99, however it may be now. So Zara won't necessarily, they may bring this back, I don't know, but between the two guys, breaking it all down, this would be the one for me. I prefer this one. It's a lot more suave. I can enjoy this one in most situations. However, this one is not necessarily that bad. And because this one is not on the market, guys, by default, it's going to be this current version of Zara's Vibrant Leather. So that's my quick breakdown, guys, out of all of the clones that I have to hand on Aventus. As you have seen as well, I do actually have an original bottle of Creed Aventus, and again, I wear that one on occasion. Creed Aventus is a very different type of beast, to be honest. That one's a lot more complex and you get a lot more in the breakdown. You get a lot more by way of longevity. However, as it stands, because again, this one's no longer available for most people, I've only got this little bit left and most likely Zara won't re-release it. This will be the one for now, guys. So thank you for the comments. Please let me know, guys, by way of what fragrances you're wearing for the winter season. This was just my quick breakdown of all of the flankers and all of the clones that I have to hand. So let me know your thoughts. Martin Martinez, see you soon.